We're on? Woo! Hey, everybody. Welcome to Festool Live. I'm going to get rid of my 6-foot stick. All right. Today, we're going to talk about some drills, and we're going to cover the T18E. E standing for the Big Easy. I'm going to go over this in a few minutes. We've been getting so many questions, and it's going to be available in less than a month, July 1st. Okay, so as I always start, Festool Live, I want to thank this person right here. His name is Chris Seibert. He's our cameraman. Right over here is Big D, Derek Clements. Yes. He is one of our production guys. He's also our social media guru. Right back here, woohoo! One of our sales managers. His name is Garrett Sato. He's also a very good friend of mine, and he's here working a whiteboard. Brent Shively is online on chat. He's one of our trainers, and he will be answering questions, as well as Garrett writing questions for me up there that I can show. I want a big shout out to you, Philip Stranad, as usual. You've been leading us through this. Very good. Also, I always call out, like last week, I called out the Festool sales managers out on the road. Thank you, guys. But today, I want to call out another group of people that have been here since this whole thing started. It's our repair service, led by Scott Herbert and the rest of the crew, all our repair techs. You guys have been running split shifts, and I want to thank you because you have been keeping us going because we have been open for business this entire time. You've been staying safe. Thank you for our executive team for steering us through this pandemic crisis, and we really appreciate it. One of the great things I think that came out of it is you're looking at it, it's Festool Live, so thank you for all your leadership there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so Chris put this up on the board, and it's really important, I think. We're shooting, of course, you're watching us on YouTube, but we will also be next week probably on Instagram, right, D? Facebook, and all our platforms, but also on YouTube. You'll see where it says subscribe. If you haven't done it yet, there's a little bell. Hit that, and you'll have a ding so you don't forget. Somebody on Instagram contacted me, said, hey, I missed Wednesdays. Where can I see it? You can see it right on YouTube. Sometimes we're doing takeovers nowadays for some of our system partners, and it's on their YouTube channel. So you can always find that. Wow, we already have the UK in there. Woo! Netherlands, and that really cool country known as Pennsylvania. Thank you. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's talk about drills. Let's talk about the T18 Easy, T18E. I'm going to swing over here, behind here, because I have some stuff set up, because I'm going to do a basic training as I would do for any of you coming into the training center. Okay, when we look at it, okay, it is a drill. Okay, but what I want to go over is I want to go over our clutch, our electronic clutch here in our settings. I want to go over the speed range. I want to go over to the clutch override, whether drill or screw mode. Okay, and I want to talk about a few things like the batteries and the charges and whatever. But one of the questions I've been getting a lot about is, yes, this is a fixed chuck. Okay, it's all steel. You'll see knurling here. Okay. Also, it's not, well, you can remove it if it's in repair, but it will not work with any of our other accessory chucks for the T18, okay? Not the T18EZ. Hopefully you're following me on this, but it's the exact same motor, okay? It's just we put a fixed chuck on there. Here's why I call it the Big Easy. It's easy on your wallet, okay? It's got a killer price tag, okay? So check out the prices online. But here's the thing I'm getting from a lot of people. What's the range for the chuck? Yes, everybody will say, hey, it's a 1/2-inch chuck. But here's what's really cool about it. This will go down, and Chris, hopefully we can focus in on it. It'll go down to a 16th bit, okay? But one of the questions we're getting is there bit slippage? And that's why Centrotech on our other drills really works, because there's no bit slippage. But check this out. You know how you put a bit in here and you tighten it up, right? Okay, let me get that in there, because you got to really dial this in. I'm going to slide it in there, take my time, just open it up a little. but I want to show you a wicked cool feature on here. Okay, so I have that in there, right? And look, there's no run out. Okay, now check this out. You see how the knurling's here and it's smooth here. Okay, and you're going to see how they're both running in conjunction with each other. Okay, if I want to hold it up here, I can for a little bit of balance because that slips. But here's what I want you to hear, and hopefully this video captures this, okay? Listen. See how it just moved a little and that stayed stationary? Okay, I put it into lock. And then I'm going to take this and listen. Hear that? I'm biting down on the bit. So I can now drill with this, okay? And I won't have any bit slippage. That's really cool. So once again, when you're doing this, and I'm going to put it in reverse, and you might want to just hold that. What I always do is I just break it away first, and then I open it up. Because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open it all the way up. Because the other question we're getting is how much power does this have? Okay? This is the T. If you've ever used a Festool T-drill, T18, you'll understand how powerful our motors are. Check this out. I'm going to put it in. I'm going to lock it in. And you may have a bit like this, a small bit, a bit like this, okay? But you get bit slippage. Look, I just locked it in, and now I'm going to bite down. So check this out, okay? And as I do this, I'm going to put it in drill mode. I'll go back and forth because I want to show you how to set the clutch eventually, okay? But the electronics inside our drills, you'll hear beeping, okay? I'm obviously drilling. I don't need a clutch, okay? So I put it in drill mode, and you see two. Now, I have explained this in other lives where the higher the RPM, the less torque you have, okay? So when I'm running a bit like this, I want a lot of torque. So I would put it on 1, which is a lower RPM. So if I take this, check it out. I want you to listen to this because I hear this so many times. My drill's beeping. Why is it beeping? It beeps 3 times, okay? Or 3 reasons it beeps. Watch. I'll start to drill. Whoopsie. Hang on. Okay, hear it beeping? Okay, good. So what happens, Derek? You hear that beeping over there? Okay, so what happens, you know what it's telling me? Dude, I'm going too fast. I need more torque. Check it out. I put it in 1. Whoopsie. Whoa! And make sure you hold on. Yeah, you go a little slower, but who cares? You can power right through this. Okay. Whoopsie. Oh, look. My hand went over the clutch override. I'll put it back in drill. Sorry about that. Okay, so now I'm through, right? This has so much power, I can keep going and going and going with this. Okay? And what I'm trying to show you on this, okay, yes, it's got a huge amount of torque, but you notice how the bit's not slipping in the chuck, okay, because I've bitten down on it. Okay? Hey, Mo! And I'm almost through. Okay, so there's another reason it beeps, okay? One, okay, is if I'm running too low on the battery, it'll beep. That's the second reason. And the third reason is I've overheated, okay? So it's a protection feature for it. So it beeps 3 different times. Hopefully you followed that. Next, I'm going to take that out. It's pretty hot. No bit slippage. I'm going to keep going over that. Okay? And let's talk about setting the clutch on a drill. And this toggle here for clutch override. Okay? It's an electronic clutch. So when I say that, you probably have systems out there for other brands that when you are hitting it or you've reached your tolerance, you'll hear it go chick, 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 chick. That's a technical chick, 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 chick. Okay? You'll hear it grinding. This, you're going to hear it beep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a bit tip holder here, magnetic. Okay? I'm going to lock it in and bite down on it. Okay? And I'm going to get a screw. And I'm going to set it here probably at 10. kind of middle of the range, and I'll put it on screw mode, and of course, I'm going to start it too. Now, when I run this, you're going to, whoopsie, let's get it over here. Okay? Okay, see how I have it right there? I want it a little bit deeper. Okay, let's set this one. Hang on a second. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Listen. Hear it beep? So I've reached my range. I want to go a little bit deeper. So it's electronic. There's no grinding. So I'm going to go 13, and you're going to see how I'm going to go a little bit deeper. Look at that. So every time now, and especially in cabinetry, if I'm going and I'm running a bunch of these, okay, look, that's how consistent you can get. All right, and the nice thing about these screws are, because it's all about the drill, but it's also about the screw. These are self-tapping, but also, you see the nibs under there? They're self-countersinking, so I don't have to countersink if I don't want to. Okay, and that's why a clutch, once you set it, is perfect. But here's what the kicker is. If you've looked at other systems out there, I have a small brain, and I can't remember for squat sometimes. You see how I have it set at 13? What if I need to drill now? And if you look at other clutch systems, I have to take this and move it into, and you'll see a little drill mode. But what if I need to do something really quick and then go back to my setting where I have what I call my sweet spot set? So instead of trying to remember these numbers, I just go like this. Look, I'm going to take this out. I'm going to put let's just grab a countersink. I'm going to put that in here like this. Okay, I'm going to chuck it up. And I don't want to clutch with this because I'm drilling and countersinking. Look, I'll just go to drill mode. I've overridden the clutch. And guess what? I can do a bunch of these. And then I can take that out. Look, it's such a smart drill. Okay, and I can go, look, just like that to screw mode. And now, right where I had it set, I don't have to remember the number. Look, exactly the same depth. Okay, so that explains the clutch override, the speeds. It explains this chuck, and this is a heavy-duty chuck, okay? Right here is your switch, okay, on and off, and that right there, so you don't even have to take your hand off this handle. And by the way, it's wicked comfortable, okay? I can switch between, and you got an LED light here, and it shines right up on the bit tip. All right, now, here. Check it out. Oh my God, check it out. You have bit storage, and it's so smooth because it's magnetized. And you have a belt clip, comes with a belt clip, and you can do either side, and it's a quick Phillips on and off. Okay, so we have Bluetooth batteries that come with it. All our cordless, July 1st, will come with Bluetooth batteries. But also check this out. Bluetooth, but 4 amp hour. High power batteries. Now I have a setup over here. Come on over here, cameraman. Okay, where this is our 5.2. Okay, and you know the power if you've had a Festool cordless before. But look at this 4.0. Okay, yes, amp hour. Let's talk amp hour. Amp hour means the higher the number, and this isn't every publication. It's all online. The higher the number, the more amp hour is the gasoline in the tank. So, of course, this has more gas, right, than this one. Okay, now what we've done is we've rearranged and used a special cell inside where if we look at this, it's 50% lower, 30% lighter. I think I have my statistics right on that. But you know what? It's the same power. So that's where you look at things sometimes and you're holding a drill out on a job site for a long period of time. You want to make it lighter in weight. And that's why we're going with this high power. Now, I've talked about this high power battery a few times. It's difficult to describe until you use it. But I will equate it to this. You ever use a garden hose? Okay, you're watering the garden or whatever, washing the car. And guess what? It gets pinched, right? That's what happens with a regular lithium-ion battery. But what we did is make it high power. We've opened it up. And you know how it gushes out afterwards? That's the best way I have to describe the difference between this battery and this battery. We've opened up the valve. Okay, good. It comes with a TCL6 charger. Someone says, well, why doesn't that come with the Airstream TCL8? And the reasoning is because what's the difference between 40 minutes and 30 minutes? These aren't Airstream batteries. Yes, you could put it on an Airstream, but an Airstream battery has slots and it cools the battery as it's charging, or if it's already cool. So that's why it'll take 30 minutes. The TCL6, I'm going to swing over here so you guys can see it. Okay, charges the battery in 30 and 40 minutes. Where if here's your Airstream, and I'll just take this battery on here and watch. I got an Airstream battery here somewhere. Look, see the slots here? And what's happening when I put it on Airstream, you'll hear it. Derek, can you hear that? Okay, what's happening is it's pulling air through and charging. Of course, this right here, you would hear it more, but I've already charged this one. Okay, and that's your diagnostics here, and it'll tell you on the Airstream. A lot of people ask what's the difference, and I just say my quick answer for them is 10 minutes. Okay, can you spare an extra 10 minutes? If you can't, get the Airstream. But almost all our cordless is coming with the TCL6 right now. It's a 40-minute charger. Okay, somebody was asking the other day, where do I use this Big Easy or this T18 Easy? And I look at him and I go, it's a great drill. Okay, where are you going to use a cordless drill? Up on a ladder? Where I use it, and I've been using it, is right here. I got a bit chucked up in it. I'm ready to go. I'm getting ready for Friday's live, Festool Live. Festool Live on Friday is the DOMINO connectors, and I use it all the time now. It's a great go-to drill for the drilling jig when I'm doing. I'm going to turn on the Bluetooth right here. When I'm doing the access hole for the cross anchor. And during the Festool Live this week, I'm going to go through different connection points for the DF500 connectors. And you'll see how that works, and I'm pretty much ready to go right there. So we're getting ready for that Festool Live on Friday at noon. Okay. Oh, I'm looking at the board here, and I'm looking at what I wrote because I wanted to cover this. And hopefully you know this. Every single Festool tool has this, including our cordless lineup. But I want to make sure you understand this point of it. We have a 3-year wear and tear warranty. That's just not with this drill motor. That's with the batteries, those 4.0 amp hour high power Bluetooth batteries, and the TCL6 charger. And when we say wear and tear, that's contractor grade. You have no worries for 3 years. Festool's going to fix that for you. And I'll tell you right now that we're going to pick up all the shipping back and forth. It's a 24-hour to 48-hour turnaround here at Festool in Lebanon, Indiana. And you just got to, see how long it takes to ship here. And we're going to pick that up. So don't worry. Oh, geez, this cordless stuff is awesome. Okay. This is a good question. Right angle eccentric. If I remove the chuck, can I use that? Oh, okay. So here, I'll show you. Look, everybody come on over here. This is the T18. This has been around for quite some time, okay? And it's coming now with a 4 amp hour high power batteries. But we use Centrotech, which is this stub right here, okay? And you'll see these little nibs right here. And what goes on a T18 are different chucks. Yeah, you can use that 1/2-inch chuck, but you could put an eccentric chuck and it locks on really quick, getting up against close quarters. You could put a right angle chuck. So to answer somebody's question, I believe that was it right there, Garrett, is no. You could take this chuck off, but you cannot put any of those on, okay, because it's a fixed chuck. Hopefully you follow that. Good. Okay, can I use, that's a good question, can I use Centrotech bits in the T18? I have been. Okay, look, I've been chucking this up. The nice thing about Centrotech in a chuck system like this is you don't have a lot of bit slippage because you can lock down on the flats. Okay, so yes, if you do have Festool Centrotech It will work in there. Oh, cool. 4.0 battery, Bluetooth. Why Bluetooth on a drill? Oh my God. I haven't gotten that question in a long time. Here we go. Check it out. Here's our Bluetooth. We'll talk a little bit about it. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug my machine. Okay, and I'm going to take my remote and decommission it. I think you saw, and when I decommission this, I hold both buttons, the green one and the top one, bottom and top, and you're going to see how it turns pink. The owner's manual says magenta. I think it's more like a fuchsia. Okay, see how that? So now I can plug this back in. Okay, and check this out. Look, it doesn't work. Okay, so I am using the drilling jig, and this is why Bluetooth, or I'm drilling concrete with our PDC and our dust shroud, or I'm using a dust shroud to drill wood. Okay, I don't want to go back and forth, and maybe I forget to turn on my remote. What I can do is check out this. Look, I'm going to hit it, and you see how it's just going really slow? See Bluetooth? See how it comes on? And it takes a couple minutes to clear out afterwards. So if I'm drilling this like this, look. That's why Bluetooth. Or say I'm taking this, and I think I have it over here. Look, the dust shroud. I'll show you. I'm going to take this bit out of here. Whoopsie. Okay, and say I grab a bit over here like this. Let's see, I'll just grab a small drill bit here. Okay, I'll lock it in. And say I get a lot of holes. I just put it here. I turn it on. And you're going to see how it works. Okay, so there's a variety of reasons for Bluetooth. Drilling. Bluetooth on batteries are really killer when you're using the our track saw, the TSC. I love it with our OSC 18, our oscillating tool. I use it all the time for that. The cordless Convex. I use it all the time, Bluetooth. So it's just a good thing to do across the board to have the Bluetooth batteries. Hopefully that answered your question. Okay, excellent question. Hey, I want to do a shout out for Poland and Canada. Awesome. I have a lot of friends up there in Canada. I can't wait to get back up there, do some demo days. That's a fun place. Cool. Hey, hopefully you're watching. How you doing, Tony? Good, man. Hey, Tony. Okay, C drill versus a T drill. I covered this in a Festool Live. I forget when, but I want to cover it. Oh, I know. When we did a Festool Live on the TID 18, the new impact driver. Okay, right here. July 1st, okay? 9 ways to buy. Okay, good. So here's the C18. Okay, here's the T18 Easy, baby, the big Easy. Okay, so think about this. You're in an, oh God, watch. You might have seen me. Check this out. I'm going to step back behind here. When I'm drilling something, okay, and I'm drilling something decent size, or I'm in an awkward position, like I'm up on a ladder, okay? When I'm drilling something like this, okay, I want to be at a right angle. Follow? And when let's put it in. I'm going to put it in one back here, okay? Look, okay, let's get it started. Okay, bite down. Whoopsie. Tell you what, I'll go from this angle. Okay, when I'm drilling, okay, I want to put pressure on here. I have to come back here and put the pressure. Follow me? What if I'm up on a ladder? Okay? I have taken my hands off that ladder. Okay, I have to use both hands. Okay? Now, I'm going to take this out and I'm going to switch it. Okay? And I'm going to put it in the C drill. Okay? Also, when I'm using a T drill, sometimes it's hard to get that right angle because as I'm pushing with one hand, it kind of tilts. you probably saw some of that on this. But when I'm using a C drill, check this out. My hand is on that ladder. And see, look, I'm perfectly in line with this, okay? It's kind of like I was using a corded drill. This is how I was taught as a kid to use a corded drill. I can get right behind there, okay? And hopefully that answered your question. C drill versus a T drill. Wow. That's cool. Question, what makes Festool batteries superior to others? That's interesting. I've never gotten that question. I'll tell you right now. No ifs, ands, or buts. Somebody messaged me last night, and he was asking me, "Hey, what's the warranty on Festool batteries?" And this was on my Instagram account. And I said, because he wasn't getting. He asked me, "What's the length of ripping that you usually get when you're ripping plywood with the track saw, the TSC?" And I told him what I normally expected. Normally. Okay, not continuous, but normal, stopping and starting. And he goes, "Yeah, my batteries aren't do that." I said, "How old are they?" It's a 3-year warranty, so remember that, okay? And if you've ever dealt with us before at Festool on warranty, you know we're not going to argue about it. We're going to make sure we do you right, okay? So I really think that's why it's superior. I was wondering about the new high power until I started using it, and boy, the feel on it. So I always remember back, I think it was in 2007, when somebody came up to me at a trade show and said, "Dude, I have that C12 drill, and I have a lot of 18-volt platforms." Back then, Festool didn't have any platform, any 18-volt. We were still 12-volt. And he said, "I am getting so many more screws with my C12 drill, screw for screw, versus an 18-volt platform that I've had for years." And I said, "Wow, thank you for that information." And then I asked around, and I realized why. We have brushless motors, okay? We were the first to market with brushless motors back in 2004. Now everybody's got a brushless motor. But it's taking that. Back then, nickel metal hydride or nickel cadmium, but now lithium ion that we have, which are brushless motors, and making sure its efficiency is the best way I can describe that. So we have great batteries, we have great warranties on the batteries, but it's the efficiency of that brushless motor all the way to the tip, okay, and the electronics that allow for that efficiency inside the drill. Okay, so hopefully that answered the question. On a C18, T18, will the CXS3H chuck interchange? No. Boy, I've never gotten that question. That's cool. Hey, let me grab a CXS chuck. I got it over here. I didn't think I'd ever get. Wow, that's cool. There it is. Okay, so here's the CXS. Okay, ours is our 10.8 platform. Okay, I love this drill, by the way. It's light and weight. It sounds funny, but a lot of times I just grab C drills because I just love getting that inline motion. I can drill at a right angle. Okay, but if I could see where somebody might be mixed up, because you'll see the fast fix stub here, and you'll see how this goes on. But you see how this goes back here and locks on and in. Okay, so now I have a right angle chuck, and I can get very close to a wall if I put it up against there. This is great for hanging hardware, okay, when you're doing an install. But the question was this: can I take this right angle chuck and interchange it, correct, is that it, with a T18 or a C18? Let me grab a C18. And you'll notice, I'm going to grab the right angle chuck over here. Okay, you're going to notice these little nibs on these heads. And you're going to notice these little indentations right here. You need these indentations. Okay, so when I put this on here like this, it locks on, and I can swivel it. I think it's 16 positions every 22.5 degrees around the horn. Okay, see this right here? It doesn't reach. Let's get a good shot of that. So the answer to that question is nada. Cool? All right. But I've never had that question. I can understand it. Wow. I just looked up at the clock. I see no more questions. Okay, I think we've covered what we wanted to cover, right, guys? Yay? I want to thank everybody in this room. Brent, thank you very much for all the questions you answered out there today. I want to remind you this Friday, right here on YouTube, we have a question that I think we've had about 20, 30 people ask. What about the Domino 500 connectors? So get ready. Make sure you eat your Wheaties on Friday, because Friday at noon, we have a nice schedule planned for you. Obviously starting at noon on YouTube, and I'm going to go through the Domino connectors. We've already started to prepare for it, and I really look forward to this because it's really a sweet. I always tell people it's the best system within the Festool system. It is extremely well thought out and extremely heavy duty. Okay, so thank you very much. This was episode 10 of Festool Live.